roots. Goodness. And another boat is now waiting. Good morning.
Morning.
Blown away.
It's a bit chilly today.
It's a bit chilly today. So we moored at Monkey Marsh Lock, which is just behind us, and there's some fascinating history about this lock, and it's very rare as well. So we're going to take you on a little trip to the lock. So this is Monkey Marsh Lock, and there are only 2 locks like this in the country. And it's a turf-sided lock. There were a lot more back in the day, but they took too long to fill and they were quite dangerous. The Monkey Marsh Lock was rebuilt in 1990 as a replica turf lock. A full archaeological report was carried out on the existing timber framework, and its earliest features were preserved by reburial. So they were quite dangerous to get on and off because obviously they've got no sides and you could just drop literally straight down the embankment there. So we've got these ladders and these platforms, but believe me, when you're getting on and off your boat, it is actually quite hairy. Also, these locks you must keep empty. Richard came down yesterday and actually emptied it because he'd noticed a boat had left it full, so that all of the plants and the vegetation can keep growing and not be waterlogged. This particular lock was rebuilt in 1990. There you go.
And here, this section here, this has been put in when they restored it, isn't it? Because it's new. Well, what they do is they drop planks down from that one to that one, like scaffold boards, and they just keep piling them one on top of the other, and it makes a wall. And then they can drain this whole section out. That's probably what they did when they repaired the section. So they drop all your planks down. They would be planed so that they match and they number each of the boards so they know what order to put them in. But if you still had a leak, what they would do is they would drop ash on the canal side, like out of the old fireplace. They'd just keep dropping it down, and that would go through the leaks and it would start bunging it up like glue. It's quite clever, isn't it?
So we've set off, as you do, and that was 2 hire boats, wasn't it?
No, one.
Oh, 1 hire boat.
One hire
but
and
two boats at the lock, and apparently we've been told there's another 2 coming up, which means, and it's heading back towards Skinny Alley, as we've called it. Yeah, we won't get through, so I think we're going to have to hang around at the swing bridge, which is just coming up, and wait for these other 2 boats to pass through.
I think that's the sensible thing to do.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be far behind.
No, hopefully not. Fingers crossed. So it used to be rowers, now it's
Narrow boats.
Narrow boats, can't get past the boats because we're so wide.
Fat boy. That's what we should have called it.
Well, we should now be Fat Boy and Wellingtons. Actually, should be Fat Girl.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, and it's a bit windy. skipper! I spy boats on the horizon. It might be pirates. They're heading forth down alley of skinniness. So there's pirates are heading towards us. Richard's ready for battle.
Yeah. Woohoo!
But in all seriousness, we just had a conversation. I said to Richard, what would we do if we started going down? It's always going to be Skinny Alley now.
Yeah.
And boats started coming the other way because we wouldn't fit.
They've had it.
They have had it.
They've had it. They've had it. It's standoff. If there's two narrowboats coming, they'll have to reverse.
Yeah.
They got the room.
Yeah.
And if they get umpy and go, oh, I'll just turn it off and go and put the oven on. So we've got a freezer full of food, dude. So we'll sit this one out.
Because, yeah, we've
Oh, that sounds quite bad. But, you know, we've got Netflix, we've got everything. I mean,
yeah.
they would have to reverse. I couldn't take this down Skilly Alley backwards.
No.
Because of the square back. It wouldn't push through. It would just bulk up and we would stop. So we would go nowhere.
But I did say, should we just go for it? Because that would make quite a funny video. And his face wasn't very impressed.
The funny thing is, I know this boat coming down. We've had dealings with it before.
Yeah.
Not us personally, but we've seen their capability of one of their skippers.
Oh.
And it wasn't good.
Let's not name and shame.
No, I'm not.
But
it was hilarious. But I think they got someone else on board because we saw them yesterday, didn't they? And they were quite sensible.
Yes.
Yeah. Whereas last week was, oh my life, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You remember they were going dying. They were bouncing off of everything, weren't they?
They were, yeah.
It's like a pinball machine.
Let's hope they don't pinball.
But yeah, if we come against a narrowboat, they'd have to go backwards because we wouldn't get out. If we come across a Widebeam, I'd have to hope that he knew what he was doing. Otherwise, we'd have to go. Yeah. Because they would probably just lay on the floor convulsing. I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Both boats successfully through, and now we can face our nemesis.
What?
Skinny Alley.
Nemesis. It's like cruise control, it's like lane control.
It is.
You just put it in gear and let go and it just follows the reeds. It's quite incredible, it just pushes the boat along.
Let's go! Uh-oh, we might be in trouble. So that scenario that we mentioned, we just encountered.
It was funny.
Oh dear, luckily it just widened up just that tad, but they hadn't noticed us coming, and then all of a sudden they noticed us, stuck it in hard reverse. The women got treed almost.
Put it sideways and he rammed it into a tree. I just saw them disappear through the bow doors as they were going into the bushes.
But we made it, and they made it, bless them.
Actually quite a bit of room there.
Yeah, luckily it opened up on that bit, thank goodness.
Yeah.
And another boat is now waiting for us. They've been sensible.
I would out there moored up and they're fishing. He has got his fishing rod out.
Ah, fair enough. And we are coming up to lock 89, I believe.
This is where chaos
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 was
lock,
chaotic.
we called it.
Yeah. So Richard's about to give me a lesson in, what's it
Oh,
called?
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, it's not ready yet. It's going to give me a lesson in, like, drifting, is it called?
No, you're going to hold the boat still
Holding the boat still. Or drifting in my case.
in the flow of the river.
Oh, great.
If we keep the angle facing that, see the tree in front?
Mm-hmm.
If we keep the front facing that,
Right.
using a bit of steering and just a tiny bit of forward, just to hold us level, you watch what happens to the boat. Just drifting back ever so slightly. You see what's happening?
Yeah, we're moving left.
No.
No?
Where are we going?
We're going to the right.
Look at this distance here.
We're going to the right.
Yeah, but we're not dropping backwards. If I just nudge it forwards, just to hold the position, and you point the nose that way, the
Right.
whole boat will go like that. And eventually it will take us right over there.
Okay, so I'm
It's
like
quite fast
doing
flowing
this
here.
sort of thing, like a fish.
No, you're just holding it there,
Yeah.
and you're going like that.
Oh, okay.
Put it
You're
back
using a
onto
bit of-
zero,
Forwards.
just to stop our position so we don't flow backwards.
Right.
It's going quite quick now. That front's moving a bit quick, so I'm going to go the other way, just to slow it down and stop the swing round. And now the whole boat's going that way.
Clever. Must admit, I didn't realise I was going to be putting it into practice straight away. We've come through the lock, and now Richard's opening the swing bridge, and I am actually holding the boat pretty still. Yay! Actually quite proud of myself. Brought it out of the lock,
Yeah.
carried on going, took it through this swing bridge, and I managed to moor up there as well, or get my back end in there so Richard could
Get
jump
it in
on.
enough. I was just going to walk
Yeah,
and let you do it all.
I did it. I am slightly shaky inside.
Ah!
And I had an audience.
Oh.
So we're going to try for B&Q again,
Oh, it's a lot.
or not. Means we've got to walk later to B&Q. come through the last lock of the day.
That's it.
That was tough, that lock. I think it's just because it's the last lock of the day.
It's quite heavy though.
Yeah, and we did moor up outside B&Q in the end, and we've got a new gangplank. Yay! So we definitely need a bit more of a substantial one on here. So yeah, it was a good cruise again, wasn't it?
You're about to lose your camera.
Oh no, it's all right, I've got hold of it.
Or your face.
Probably both.
Oh yeah, wait for this one.
Oh, there's a big one coming.
Oh yeah, you're going to have this one.
We're just going to go down here. Wait for it to
It's a bit difficult when you're trying to see
There
where
we
you're
go.
going.
And I think we'll leave it there.
Yeah, but well, before we hit the bridge.
Yeah, we'll see
Okay.
you next time. Bye.
Bye.